In this video, we'll talk about linear graphing, how to check solutions, plot points, find x and y intercepts, and graph using the y equals mx plus b form. What we want to do in this section is verify if an ordered pair is a solution to an equation, determine x and y intercepts, and graph using the y equals mx plus b form. There will be another video with distance formula and midpoint formula. Before we get started, we want to make sure that we understand what an integer is and what a rational number is. An integer is a positive or negative whole number, and we very often list this like so. Of course, it goes on in each direction, so we have the ellipses. So it has to be a whole number, could be positive, negative, or 0. A rational number has to have the form a over b, where a and b are integers. So we should be able to write that as a fraction. If we're talking about it as a decimal, what we're talking about is either a terminating decimal, that would be something like 1/2, which is 0.5, or a repeating decimal, which would be something like 1/3, which is 0.3 repeating. But you'll notice that in fraction form, the top and the bottom are both integers. Irrational numbers cannot be written in that way. So if we have an irrational number, we're talking about a number that cannot be written as a fraction. And some examples would be pi, which we know does not stop, goes on forever. E, which is a number that you'll learn about later, and square root of 2. Those are all irrational numbers. Real numbers include integers, rational numbers, and irrational numbers. All of those are real numbers. So if we look at, for example, the square root of 720, we want to decide if it's rational or irrational. So making a factor tree, you could see that 720 was 144 times 5. And since 144 is a perfect square, we will take the square root of 144, which is 12, separate from the square root of 5, and we have a simplified form of that number, and we notice that it is irrational because it has that square root of 5. A linear equation has the form ax plus by equals c. So this example here, we have a linear equation, and we want to know if negative 5, 7 is a solution. Well, remember this ordered pair is an xy ordered pair, and so we're just going to plug negative 5 in for x, and 7 in for y, and see if this is a true statement. So negative 10 plus 21 does not equal 18, so this is not a solution. When we look at 3, 4, doing the same thing, we get 6 plus 12, which is actually 18. So this is a solution. So when you're solving, you can always plug your numbers back in and make sure that they work. The last thing that we want to be able to do is graph a linear function. And a linear function, of course, can be written in this form, ax plus by equals c. And one of the most important things that we want to be able to do is find the intercepts. So to find an x-intercept, always, regardless of what kind of equation we have, we let y equal 0. So if I let y equal 0, and I'm going to put a 0 over here in the y, if I let y equal 0, I get 2x plus 3 times 0 equals 18. This, of course, is 0. 2x equals 18. Dividing by 2, we get x equals 9. Alternately, if I want to find a y-intercept, I'm going to let x equal 0. And this is true, both of these are really important. This is true regardless of what kind of function you're working with, linear, quadratic, whatever. So those are two things that you should remember. So now if we let x equal 0, we get 2 times 0 plus 3y equals 18. 3y equals 18, so y is equal to 6. So if we let x equal 0, we'll get y equals 6. Now, that's enough to graph this, but we often like to have another ordered pair. These are called the intercepts. That would be the intercept form of graphing if we just plot these two. But I'm going to find one more ordered pair, and I'm going to choose x equals 3. And that really is a choice. I can choose anything that I want, but I like to keep my numbers fairly small. So 2 times 3 plus 3y equals 18. 6 plus 3y equals 18. 3y equals 12, subtracting 6. And now dividing by 3, we get y is 4. So let's take a look at that. The graph I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm just going to go back a little here. Okay, so we're just going to assume a standard scale. It's always important that you do indicate what your scale is. This is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. So when I plot 9, 0, it says I'm going to go 9 in the x direction and 0 in the y direction. 0 in the x direction and 6 in the y direction is the next order pair. And you'll notice that if I only have those two, I can draw a line through those 2 points. Now, this additional point that I found is a nice check value, because if I go over 3 and up 4, I will be on the line as well. So it's a good idea to plot at least 3 points to make sure that they line up, and if they don't, you can check yourself. Now, the last way to graph is slope-intercept form, and slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. In this particular case, b is our y-intercept, and our m is our slope, which we often refer to as rise over run. And I'll explain that with this picture in just a moment. So if we take our 2x plus 3y equals 18, and we solve for y because we want it in this form, I'm going to subtract 2x from each side, and then I will divide everything by 3 and get negative 2/3 x plus 6. So this is the slope-intercept form of that same line. And notice that our y-intercept is 6, but we already knew that, 0, 6. And if I start at my y-intercept and I go down 2 and over 3, I will land back on the line. So again, this is 0, 6. If I go down 2 and over 3, I'll be back on the line. You can see that that will put me at the 3, 4. Down 2 over 3. And I can keep going down 2 over 3, down 2 over 3, and we keep getting points that are on the line. So that's an additional way to solve a linear or graph a linear equation.